Guys, it's metal sculptor Kevin Stone, and I was just putting bark on the tree, and we were wanting to get a radius in the bark to fit around the branches. So what happens is if it's too flat, it sticks up into points where there's curves, and you get these lumps and bumps, and it's really hard to fit the next piece of metal to and stuff. So what I'm trying to do is do a long radius, so the radius this way, that will fit tightly around the branch, and the branches taper, so a little softer, a little tighter. And you know, I was putting it in the triple roll and rolling it, and you know, putting it between the rollers and pounding it a little bit with a rubber hammer. And good old Bailey Tools, I forgot all about my rubber wheel. So on my English wheel, I have a rubber top wheel, and I have a really crowned large radius. I think it's like a 2-inch radius bottom wheel. One of the problems I'm having is it's wanting to curl this way. So we don't want it to bend this way because the branches are all pretty straight. So I'm trying to avoid that, and I'm kind of having to take it to the table, use a rubber hammer just to straighten out any curves. But what happens is this gives it a bigger radius. So you can see the radius in the middle, but it's flat on this side. So I'll just run off to the side, I'll run off to the side, and this one's not too bad. Maybe I'll run off in here. And it crowns, each time I go through, it'll put a crown in the center of where I'm working. And because it's such a wide radius, it'll actually just finish off with the whole thing having a nice smooth radius. And it's fitting to the tree really well. So this is kind of our go-to for the rest of the bark now. Every time we cut a random piece, and they're all random shapes and different sizes, and some curl around branches, some are longer, some are smaller. You know, we're gonna put it all on like bark, and then it goes all on like bark, and it can be all in different random places, and then we fill it in, or we layer underneath it or layer on top of it, and then weld it all, tack it all, and that's how we're making the bark. So it's a lot of work, it's very time consuming. It's an 18-foot tree with 50 branches, so we got a lot of work ahead of us. But Michelle and I have been realizing that if we just get all the pieces prepped, do a whole big ton of pieces and have them all ready to go, then we can get up there, we can just start peeling, clamping, tacking, and it goes pretty fast if we're doing it that way. So thanks for watching, and keep following the Mount Sinai Medical Center's Tree of Life.